Yo, what's going on guys, and welcome back to another Elder Scrolls Online video. And I'm pretty excited to tell you guys about the changes and improvements that I've been making to my Berserker build here. Now, if you're familiar with the build, you can probably tell that it still plays out pretty similarly, but I've changed quite a bit with the build, and as you guys can see right there, this thing is hitting very hard now. Um, it was a armor penetration based build before. It still is, but I've added quite a bit more weapon damage to it to make it respectable now. Um, and because of that, we're just chunking people. So if you guys enjoyed the video and you want to show me some support, hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. If you're new here and you want to see more Elder Scrolls Online videos, hit that subscribe button as well. But yeah, let's jump into this video here. The previous iteration of the build, it was fun. It still hit hard and everything, but it wasn't running a gap closer. I was kind of trying to rely on the movement speed of medium armor and the ratios of the orc. But in PvP, it's just not really viable, honestly. Especially with builds that have kind of free gap closers, like not free. I mean, there's ones that you don't have to target somebody with, like sorcerers or even mist. Honestly, it becomes really hard to fight against those builds because you're just chasing them around all the time, and you end up using a lot of stamina, which you end up not being able to go offensive or even escape. So just right off the bat, I've added a gap closer to the build, which changed its for the better quite drastically. And as you guys could see by my inventory there, I've been testing quite a bit of different iterations of this. I originally was gonna change the build completely, but I actually ended up, after 4 or 5 versions, I ended up back onto the way that I was originally running it. But I changed the sets out quite a bit. Even from this clip here, I'm not running Griffins anymore. Previously I was running Troll King, Griffin's Ferocity, Agility, and then Master Dual and Master Bow. But I've changed out Griffins and Agility for Shacklebreaker and Cinch. Now, the build is still a armor penetration based build, but with those two sets I have way more weapon damage now, and I threw in Shacklebreaker in there because now that I'm using 2 magic abilities instead of 1, I wanted to have just a little bit of extra Magicka recovery and max Magicka to be able to cast those frequently enough. And yeah, the build's looking quite good, honestly. But before, I believe we were around 2 points, I don't know, like 2.6. Like, I don't believe we're around 3k damage, weapon damage. And now fully buffed, we have almost 5k weapon damage. So it's actually quite an improvement. We lost a very tiny bit of penetration, but like I said, for that amount of gain in weapon damage, it's pretty worth it. And I still have quite a bit of penetration, so this build is really chunking people out, as you guys can see in these clips here. I'm still using Crescent Sweep as that main ultimate, and I really like this ability. Because I have one ultimate gain ability on here. I think it's one of the passives from the Templar tree, but I can almost have that ultimate up often enough to use that in my combo like almost all the time. And because I have so much more weapon damage now, excuse me, it just hits so much harder. I really like the build. As you can see right there, I almost took that guy out there, but he ends up purging off quite a bit of the negative effects that would have taken him out there. But yeah, the build's in a lot better place now because of the fact that we have a gap closer. And then on top of that as well, ZeniMax had made a change this patch to Templars where the Purify, now the healing over time portion of that now scales off of your highest offensive stats. So this was a heal over time based build, and I have even more healing over time now. So it's really playing out like the way I originally envisioned it, which was like that kind of like brooding orc that can just heal through combat and still has quite a bit of movement speed because we were still using that bow and dual. But as you guys can see right here, I can kind of just use the regeneration of the build to set my buffs up on people, and then once I see an opening like you saw right there on that guy, I can just go in whenever I want now because I have a gap closer. And I hit that guy with like a 10k crit on that Crescent Sweep, so the build's looking very good, honestly. Once I get a little bit more footage with the build, I'll give you guys some more videos as well. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'll also release a build video once I get some more clips and some more practice on the build as well. Once I'm sure that I'm gonna run these sets. But yeah, that's the build. Um, but I just can't wait until I get some more practice on this thing, because I can already tell with the few fights that I've had with this setup that this thing is gonna be a monster. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and have a great day.